Hour later. Tavern, let me pay for them. For large glasses of Aceta sparkling wine, Right, make them extra large, my treat. If you don't mind, I can pay for the drinks too. Looks like you guys completed quite a few quests while I was away. Actually, it wasn't much, haha. Just did about 10 side quests to get some decent gear and weapons, and leveled up a bit. Just some errands, letter deliveries, catching cheaters, matchmaking, solving puzzles. But with all the experience rewards accumulated, I hit LV 26 without even grinding monsters. Show if you put in a bit more effort and have some luck and opportunities, you'll catch up quickly. Show off. Lin, what's your level now? LV 30, but I remember you can hide your level from others, right? I'm also LV 23, this MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest. That shouldn't be. What shouldn't be? Hold back his laughter. No, I mean, Lin probably got delayed by quests and leveling up, so his level is a bit lower. Puff. It's fine, you're an assassin, just focus on initiating fights. Honestly, we didn't expect you to have high damage output. Ha ha ha. Cough, I'm not laughing, really. By the way, I assume you all have already met with High Priest Gil at the church branch. As elite players, you must have some information about the main questline, right? Actually, the current objective of the main questline has already been completed. When High Priest Gil heard we were heroes, he followed the prophecy and checked under each of our feet and was shocked. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest, and with that, the current main quest is complete. It was then that Xiao Chua and I discovered even our dog teammate had a tiny triangle symbol on his paw. A true protagonist's pet. If before confirming the dog's identity, I still had some doubts about Lin being the protagonist. Then after confirming the dog's hero status, Lin hero protagonist is absolutely confirmed. 100, legit. Even the pet is a hero, so what does that make the owner? The hero of heroes, the hero king. But here's the problem. High Priest Gil hasn't given us the next main quest objective. Instead, over these past few days, we've been given a bunch of random side quests, hinting at something. We're not ready for the main quest yet. Burp. Actually, doing side quests isn't so bad. Take that task Gil gave me yesterday, Aceta Port Travel Guide. They say, if you complete check-ins at 108 special locations in Aceta Port, you'll get one of only 49 super invincible divine swords in the entire game. Can you believe it? I've been climbing towers and rooftops all over Aceta Port, and I have to do it in order. My legs are about to break. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest. Ahem. Mine is a light card. If I get stamps and likes from 320 specific people, I can get a divine sword. But the ridiculous part is that when I asked the NPCs, some of them are non-fixed NPCs who only appear once or twice a year. You guys too. Gil. The task the priest gave me is to find 200 different pentagram symbols in various buildings in Aceta Port. I searched non-stop for over 20 hours and only found I'm about to puke. I feel like I'm not playing an RPG, but spot the difference. Woof woof woof. Running errands, checking in, spotting differences, getting likes, getting top-tier weapons like the divine sword without any risk. Really? Hey bro, don't be discouraged. This divine sword side quest should be available to everyone. Even though we're a few days ahead, maybe there's a tiny chance you might get an easier task. This shameless fatty. According to RPG character tropes, there must always be a troublemaker around the protagonist. So cliché, the chubby brother has a point. When we got the quest from High Priest Gil, there were no restrictions. This should be a quest that every player can take. Now that you're here, Lin, I think we can also do the main quest while we're at it. Yeah, it's fine. You're the team leader anyway. We can't finish this divine sword side quest right away. We can push the main quest while doing this side quest. Hey, wait a minute. When did our team decide on a leader? Isn't it supposed to be the main tank according to the rules? You guys aren't playing by the book. Ignore. When did each of you take this quest? This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest 4 days ago. 3 days ago. Woof, woof, woof. 3 days ago. So, you've been working on these side quests for the past few days. After you took on these side quests, has anyone seen High Priest Gil? Everyone's busy with the side quests. Who would be bored enough to go look for High Priest Gil? Aren't the quests fun enough? Elin, did you discover something? I wouldn't call it a discovery, but I just find it strange that even though we've lost all our memories of reality since we exist here, it means this game isn't a single-player game, but more likely an online game. Right. I almost forgot that this trial game setting is an online game where players are trapped in the game world. As one of the top 49 weapons in the game, the Divine Sword, having a quest that's just about spending time to complete seems too easy. No, what's even stranger is the quest's entry requirement. When taking on the quests, there were no level, equipment, or other strict requirements. At that time, High Priest Gil made me feel like anyone could take on the quest. Maybe even non-humans could. High Priest Gil's side quests in Asita Port were all just time killers. Instead of giving gear or experience, it was more like trying every possible way to keep you in the city and not let you leave. Wait. When you were taking the quest, did High Priest Gil specifically record your communication crystal and say to contact him immediately once everyone was together? He mentioned there would be special rewards. At that time, I also found it a bit strange, but since he quickly issued the Divine Sword quest, I didn't think much of it. Yes, he did. Luckily, Elin noticed in time. It seems this game's main quest isn't as simple as it appears. It's very likely that High Priest Gil is a game antagonist who used side quests to trap us in Asita Port for some purpose or reason. Following this hypothesis, his goal of keeping us in the city with the Divine Sword side quest was to wait for Elin to appear and then capture us all at once. Since he needs us to contact him first to confirm if we're all here, it shows that the antagonist's spies aren't omniscient yet. Using this information gap, we might still have a chance to counterattack and delve deeper into the plot. Well, before entering the tavern, I already sent a message saying Elin has arrived to High Priest Gil. 2. Meanwhile, outside the port, beyond the sea of clouds. Church Branch Square. It seems that by following the main character line, we've fallen behind in building up other forces. You mean Li Chang'e is stirring things up and mobilizing the church forces? If that's true, his involvement in the plot is terrifying. Looks like it's not just us who have opportunities, some people aren't doing too bad either. I never thought my idol would also be. When it comes to trials, you better not hold back. Heh, hard to say, especially since you're not as handsome as him. For some reason, I always feel an urge to smash this statue. I also think this statue looks like it needs a beating. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest. Yeah. Have you noticed that the church soldiers in this square seem to be gone? There were a lot of church soldiers here before. The door to this church branch can't be pushed open. Let me try. Open the door for Fatty. F.CK, you jerk. Open it now. Open up. O10. A door dares to show its health bar in front of players. So arrogant. Bang. Ban. If this door's HP is too high, you can use skills instead of just normal attacks. Boom. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest. Why didn't you tell me to use skills earlier? What a waste of effort. F.CK, what's going on? Last time we were here, it was full of devout followers of the gods, and High Priest Gil was standing under the statue, bathed in light with a kind expression. What impressed me most was that there were many girls dressed as nuns here before, with those tight skirts. TSK. Why is it empty now? Not good. Let's go. Get out of the city. This is a trap. Damn. Is that a laser cannon? Boom foo. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest My Divine Sword side quest. My Divine Sword side quest involves checking in at major landmarks. Boom now with lasers sweeping through, forget about clocking in, even the buildings are gone. All my hard work from the past few days is wasted. This scene. It's ridiculous. How can the plot be so exaggerated? An entire city wiped out. If it really is Li Chang'e, how did he get so deep into the plot in such a short time? The plot is ruined. Completely ruined. Run. Could it be that following the main character was a mistake? Is this a plot centered around tormenting the protagonist? Following an unlucky protagonist only leads to death. No. This MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest boom. Boom. Ahawk. God, please forgive us innocent lambs. Anyone at all. Please save us. B0000000000 Magic Formation. Defense Shield. 000. God. By Uranus, a god has appeared. By Uranus. This must be some kind of plot event since this game world does have so-called gods and Asita Port, being an important city, shouldn't be that easy to conquer. So you're saying we shouldn't run? No, run. Hurry up and run. If I'm not mistaken, since everyone from the church branch has fled, this attack on Asita Port must be related to High Priest Gil. Whether it's part of the main quest's plot or some other unforeseen change, nothing is more important than staying alive. Nothing. Then what are we waiting for? Run. From what I see, that Gil is definitely no good guy, and this so-called church is the antagonist in this game. It's very likely he's the final boss. Is this also part of the plot? Don't worry about it, just run, I'll cover for you. Von van Veen Bayej you this MANHWA fastest update at MANHWAfest. He really? I'm gonna cry. Didn't expect him to be so manly. As expected of the protagonist. Cloud Sea outside Asita Port. So there is a defense mechanism. Something like a shield in a game. How unoriginal. Pope. Did your Augie Anthony? No, we really shouldn't have. Shouldn't have. By Uranus. That's the power of a god, we've angered the gods. High Priest Gil. NPCs. Are so brainless. No, it's not your fault. I, did your Augie Anthony, the youngest, most handsome, and most dashing pope should take the blame. This is my fault. Since ancient times, demon lords and heroes have coexisted. It's a fundamental principle that demon lords can't appear without heroes, just as this world wouldn't have a concept of demon lords without heroes. Where there is darkness, there must be light. But if there's no light, darkness won't exist. In my opinion, they are not heroes who save the world at all, but rather the source of chaos and disaster for this world. They are the demons that plunge this world into destruction. Skill. Built-in BGM and special effects effect. Completely useless except for showing off 15. What a miracle. It's a miracle. A miracle. By Uranus, the gods have shown their power again. The merit of saving the world belongs to everyone. I'll let you do as you please, and I'll take the responsibility. My heart aches too. The ancients told me that I was fated to take on this mission. My lore. No, by Uranus. Completely destroy Asita port and eliminate those fake heroes. This is the will of the god.